Okay, so I figured I should get this video done before too much time passes, and then I just keep on procrastinating on it, and I don't ever up doing it. So, there was a Mario Wonder Direct on the 31st of August, right? I have this labeled as September 1st, but that's because that's when I started taking the notes. But yeah, and I wanted to go sort of through it and give my thoughts, a discussion. Maybe later on I'll take a more in-depth look, like, all those videos, things you might have missed from the Mario Wonder Direct. But this is just my thought. I'm sure I'm gonna label the direct like Mario is wonderful or some dumb pun with the word wonder. I don't know. I'll see what to figure out with that once I finish the video. But so the direct was practically a 15-minute trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Wonder game coming out October 20th. It looks very good. I am very much excited to play that game, especially with like the sorta online, if not the co-op. The way that it starts makes sense. It starts with the story, which this game is being taken place in the Flower Kingdom, which is continuing the sort of trend of the games taking place in different kingdoms. Like 3D World took place in the Sprixie Kingdom, right? It goes along with that. And in here, to be honest, I don't know what the residents are supposed to be, but the prince is a caterpillar, Prince Florian. And basically, the whole Mario gang is together in the Flower Kingdom, and Bowser steals the Wonder Flower and turns into a castle. I guess that's just the wonder effect that Bowser ended up with was a transformation wonder effect, and it turned him into the castle, I guess. The castle that was the princes from the Flower Kingdom. And that's how the direct started off. Makes sense. And it went through a lot of things. From the badges, which were my personal favorites, all the characters, the world layout, enemies, power-ups, multiplayer, and probably more that I missed. I don't know. I tried to list off as much as I could. And I'll go on. My top three were probably the multiplayer, the characters, and the badges. Let's go into the characters, because I'm going to save the badges for later. But so the characters, there is Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, Toadette, 4 different Yoshis, green, red, yellow, and light blue, and Nabbit, which leaves 12 characters to be able to play. And it was said that Yoshi and Nabbit are easy mode characters, which makes sense. Although, like, in my stream itself, there's definitely some confusion around, like, Yoshi and Nabbit, because Nabbit is the easier option, but it's because Yoshi takes knockback. Like, he won't die from getting hit, but he will get affected by getting hit by enemies, Nabbit can just walk straight through them. He gets the flashing invincibility thing, but he just walks through enemies. Nothing happens to him. That's the difference. But Yoshi, he gets his flutter jump, which is cool. He won't die from enemies, but he does not take power-ups. And you can use his tongue to grab objects and attack enemies. It's basically if you were just using Yoshi as an egg that you picked up in the level. Even so, the other players can hop on Yoshi, the character Yoshi. The difference there's a ton of differences there between Yoshi and Nabbit. Nabbit will just walk through enemies, and he also doesn't get any power-ups. But both of them will still die if they fall into lava or get killed. For the characters, besides, I guess those two, they all control the same. So Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, they're all Toadette gonna control the exact same, which is a tiny bit of a letdown for me. I was hoping that they were each gonna have their own like movement style. Mario normal, Luigi higher jump, Peach floats. Daisy could have also floated. The Toads are quicker. Toadette, I don't know, but Toadette could do something. Because Yoshi already has the flutter jump. There's some difference there, but that's the easy mode, sorta. So it's not really the same thing. But then afterwards, I think they went into the world layout, which the world layout confuses me a little bit. The open area confuses me a lot, but it explains that there were 7 worlds, most likely 8. I just watched a video that says that there might be like 8 worlds, so it's not counting the Bowser's Castle level, maybe. But the direct speaks about 7, specifically naming 4: the Pipe Rock Plateau, which is what I'm calling the grass level, Fluff Puff Peaks, which looked like snow, I'm pretty sure, Shining Falls, Let the Water level. I should have wrote down. No, because Petal Isles was the water level. Shining Falls was the mountain. I should have wrote it down. And then it showed off a desert area, a jungle area, and a lava area. And obviously there's a ton of levels per each of those worlds, and you can collect multiple Wonder Seeds per level. You're not just collecting one Wonder Seed. Also what I noticed was, of course, there's the normal yellow coins, and then there's the purple coins. And I've been wondering about the purple coins, and it turns out that in the open areas, which I haven't gotten to yet, but in the open areas, there's shops that you can use those purple coins in, and you'll get them in less frequency than the yellow coins, but you can find them just out or by doing random things. But there are, from what I could see, 3 of the 10 purple coins, and that is technically the equivalent of the star coin. The Wonder Seeds are used for levels, which is like the star coins used in other games, like 3D Land used star coins in order to unlock some levels. But in this one, the Wonder Seeds are used to unlock levels, but the star coins would technically be the 10 coin purple coin, right? Because I'm pretty sure I glanced at the treehouse and it shows up when you collected one. It showed that there was 3 in total and that you collected the first one. So that's like the star coin equivalent. But yeah, but about those open areas, I guess in some areas there's just a place to freely roam, an overworld map where you can kind of freely roam. It's like 3D World, which means that you can take the levels out of order, which isn't like 3D World, because in 3D World you did still take them in order, but in this one you can take them out of order. But I don't get why they didn't just make the whole thing freely roaming in the areas. Why they make the beginning, you need to follow the path, you just left, right, up, down, move through the roads on the ground, and then out of nowhere you get let out into the freely roaming areas. It feels a little bit weird to me. I don't exactly get why that's the case, but when you do that, you can take them out of order. It's definitely going to be, you need a certain amount of Wonder Seeds from that area until you can continue to the next area, because you need to unlock the final level using Wonder Seeds. That's what it looked like in the open area section. And then there's also shops and badge challenges, and also the thing to, I guess, start the online communication probably in the open areas, from what I could see. I don't know if they're in the other structured areas too, but that's where I saw it. And so the shops. In the shops, you can buy badges and Wonder Seeds and lives and standees, which I haven't gotten to 2 of those yet, but you know, that's how you get badges and standees. And you use purple coins to buy those. So that's what the use of the purple coins is. There's probably also going to be shops that might use the normal coins, or like some specific items that use the normal coins. But they might not, actually, because it might just be that when you get to the 99 coins, you get up, then you get the 1-up, and then it resets the counter. And so there would be no point in buying anything with those coins because they reset. There's the shops, and there's also the badge challenges. So not only could you get the badges from the shops, There's the bad challenges that are over there, which will give you some challenge, which if you pass it, you'll unlock the badge. I swear, the badges though are like they're my favorite thing in the whole thing. I was very excited when they got into that. There's also a lot of new enemies: the hoppy cats, the melon piranha plants, the condarts, the conks, mumsies and mamas, and then returning ones like goombas, Lucatus, and Koopa Troopas. Those are in the opposite order they're shown, but you get the point. There's a lot of new enemies, which they look really cool. I'm excited for them because it's going to add variety, and I'm sure every game has introduced new characters, new enemies, but still, it's cool to see them. But next to badges, I didn't even mention the power-ups when I said the top 3, huh? Well, actually, the next coolest thing is the power-ups. Probably. Like, I really like the new power-ups. The elephant's still weird. Elephant's never gonna stop not being weird. They went with an animal theme for one thing and then dropped it. It would have been something different if they continued an animal theme. Games before, it wasn't a transformation, it was a suit. You get a cat suit, you get a tanuki suit, you get is it a raccoon? I don't know, you get the other suit. You get suits of the animal, not you turn into the animal. And they're only going to end up turning into an animal for one power-up. They could have done another one. I don't know where I thought, but at some point I heard and I thought that it was going to be that case, that there were actually going to be different animal power-ups for each of the characters. So elephant goes to Mario, but then a different one for Luigi, and so on. But it ended up just being that everybody turned into an elephant. So still, this completely reminds me of, I'm pretty sure Shantae, right? Yeah, Shantae, half genie hero, just turns into an elephant in one of them. Right? So that's where I see similarities. But an elephant is the first power up. And yeah, everybody turns into an elephant. As an elephant, you can break things with your trunks. You press a button and you'll swing. You can break blocks in front of you. You can kill enemies in front of you. And if you're dashing, since you're bigger, you can run through 2 block gaps instead of just 1 block gaps. Which, sure, it makes sense. And we can also, if we ever go into water, you can hold water inside your trunk and then use it afterwards to like throw it on a flower or something. Cool uses. It's pretty unique. And then Bubble is the next power up, which I really like just because you can use the bubbles that you shoot as jump platforms. So when you have the bubble suit, you can shoot a bubble like a fire flower, but the bubble will shoot directly forward, and if anything's in front of it, it'll catch the enemy, causing it to die, pretty much. But it'll stay there, and then you can jump on them, and you could throw through 2 bubbles and jump on one, jump on the other, and get up on a high cliff. That's how they showed it in the direct, I'm pretty sure. And I really like that. It vaguely reminds me of the Cloud power-up from Galaxy 2, which I have never played Galaxy 2, and I'm going to make a connection to Galaxy 2 in the next one, obviously, which is because it's the most obvious. But I haven't even played that game, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But it reminded me of the Cloud power-up because you can use that to make platforms. And the bubble, you can jump on the bubbles. They're not really platforms since you can't stand on them, but it's similar. The next power-up is the drill. This drill, you have it on your head originally. Like, it's always on your head so that it'll protect you from any above attacks. So any spinies that fall from the ceiling, they fall down on you, you're fine. It's going to hit your drill. And the most obvious ability that you have with that is that you can jump, ground pound, and the drill will go first, and you can drill through harder blocks. That's super obvious that you'd be able to do that. But the next 2 I really liked because you can burrow down or up. You can also burrow upwards, which I don't think that's how gravity's supposed to work, but it's cool. You can burrow down into the ground, and let's say it was blocks, you can go under the blocks into the area. After that, they showed the item balloon. It's in what games? 3D World for sure. And since I played recently U Deluxe, it wasn't there, and it did feel weird it not being there because I have it in my head that it should be there. The item balloon is that it'll hold an extra power up and you're able to swap. So if you're an elephant for now, but you found a bubble power up, you can equip the bubble power up and the elephant suit will go into the item bubble, and then you could take out the elephant suit whenever you need. It's useful. I like that. It'll also make sure that if you end up getting hit, you have an extra power up that you're able to use. So, and the final quote unquote power up is the Wonder Flower. Whenever you find it across the level, the Wonder Flower will cause a Wonder Effect to start. The Wonder Effect is like all the cool different things that they've shown you, like a stampede coming across, or the screen tilting, and then the big boulder following you around. My two personal favorites, like that I remember from the direct, have to be the Balloon Mario one, because that's just purely the P Balloon power up, which I've also never played with. But you know, I've never played whatever game the P Balloon actually comes from. But I like the idea, and the balloon fight inspired one was definitely another one that I really liked. And balloon fight I have tried because it was on Super Nintendo Land on the Wii U. So that one I have tried. And those two were my personal favorites. But the Wonder Effect, it'll be completely random. I don't know if per each level or if some will repeat, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot. And it'll continue until you collect a Wonder Seed. So once you collect the Wonder Seed, I don't know if that level ends there. No, because they still have flagpoles, but the level will revert back to normal, and you continue the level. Now, that's it for the power-ups. But technically, there's something similar to power-ups, being the badges. Yeah, I finally get to mention them. My favorite part of the whole thing, badges. You can equip one badge into any level, and there's a ton of things for badges. Like I mentioned, you can find them in shops or get them from doing badge challenges, but it's all sorts of things, like the parachute cap, which looks super cool, where you can pull up your hat and then you'll start gliding. There's a wall climb giant. What? There's a wall climb. There's a wall climb jump, which just lets you jump upwards from a wall jump. Instead of jumping like away from the wall, you jump up the wall. There's a dolphin kick, it lets you swim faster. Timed high jump, which is the jumping consecutively, you jump higher. Crouching high jump, where you can crouch and then boost yourself to a higher jump upwards. A coin magnet, a grappling hook, a sensor to find secrets, a lot of random ones too, like invincibility or jet run, in which you constantly running. Some that'll help you, obviously, like the safety balance, which will save yourself from immediate death, like falling into lava or something. There's a floating high jump, which is a little bit weird. Why would anybody choose floating high jump over the parachute cap? I don't know, but... And there's the coin rewards, where you get coins from enemies. So there is a ton. I don't know how many, but you can see technically the amount in the badges screen, with a lot of them still blacked out to not show us everything. But they looked really cool, and I like the idea of being able to enter a level and enter a level and have a unique way to play it because you unlocked a different badge. It would be different to play through the level with the parachute cap or not, or a water level, but you put on the dolphin kick, it'll change it completely. Probably. I mean, it'll make it easier to be honest, but I find it cool. Now, the final thing of the direct, the thing I've been wondering what they were gonna do for the longest time, is multiplayer. So multiplayer, couch co-op or local co-op. It can be up to 4 players, couch co-op, but it's not like the new series, because you don't interact. You can't pick your friend up and then chuck them. So that part of the interacting is gone. And then they pulled a Cuphead, which I'm gonna say. Apparently, there's also another game that does the ghost thing. So maybe it's not as original. Maybe it's not from Cuphead, but I'm calling it Cuphead. Where if you get hit, you turn into a ghost. And you have 5 seconds until you actually die. But within those 5 seconds, your partner can interact with you and save you. And before that, during those 5 seconds when you haven't died, you haven't lost a 1-up yet. Which is different from the previous games, because in the previous games, like Deluxe, you just die and then you come back as a bubble, and then your partner needs to interact with you. If that's the case, I wonder what happens if your partners don't interact with you. Are you just gone from the level entirely, or I don't know. Do you just reappear? I'm not sure. I didn't actually spot that in the video, so I'm not sure. I'd probably look through the direct, not the direct, the treehouse, to see if I spot anything else. But this is all from the direct mainly. But when you're online is very different. When you're online, there's going to be live player shadows running all around. And it's just going to be other people playing the game during the same time you are. And I would guess it's actually at the same time that you are, because originally I thought it was just an excuse to not have real online because their servers would not be able to keep up. For example, the Mario Maker 2. But I guess it would have to be live because you can emote to other people. So it would make sense that it is actually real time. And then another thing that they did is a heart system where you can help people and you gain points. You can help people because you can, if you die, which I feel like this is going to make it too easy, but if you die, but you have online, you still turn into a ghost. And you have those same 5 seconds that you would have in co-op, but you have those 5 seconds to touch another player, even if they're just a live shadow. They don't even have to be a live shadow. They can be standees, which you can buy from the shops, and they can be your own standees. So you can save yourself during those 5 seconds. It doesn't even have to be somebody else there. Apparently, you can also give power-ups to other people, too. And then whenever you help people in any of those other ways, you gain points in the heart system. And what I was getting at is that I am sure the only reason they ended up doing that heart system was to try to decrease the amount of people that would be bullying others while online. Because I can imagine there's going to be a lot of people who go online and somebody dies, they're in a ghost. If they can see the ghost, they're just going to run away from the ghost, and then you know what people do, the crouching up, down, you know? Which I can totally see that happening. But having a heart system which promotes actually helping, I guess, would be a way to decrease that. So it works. And then for your actual friends, like, not, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, because there's too many for it to not be just anybody. You can make a room for your friends of up to 12 people, and you guys kind of just play at the same time. You don't really need to take the levels at the same time, you can just do a different level if you really want, or you can join a friend in the same level. But what I do really like is that you can host a friend race where 4 people race a stage at the same time, which I find really cool because I would very much enjoy that. If I could get 3 other people to just race levels with me, I think that would be really cool. I like that idea, especially of everything from the online. I really like the friend races, and I'm pretty sure that's it for the multiplayer. But then yeah, that's it, right? I'm pretty sure that covers everything. And I'm gonna end off at like 30 minutes. Cool. I gotta see how long Arlo's video is. Cause I don't know. That's right. Well, I was gonna do this video anyways, but still. He posted it before me. I was gonna try to uh get it around the same time, but I took too long. But yeah. That's everything I noticed and all my thoughts on the Mario Wonder Direct. If you have any opinions on anything that I mentioned here today, or you want your own thoughts, I don't know, you want to bring something to my attention, you found something that I missed, whatever it is, leave it down in the comments. Tell me whatever you want. I'll read them. I read comments. I will come up with something to say, even if it's maybe not come up with something to say. Maybe I'll just heart it, but it's the thought that counts. Okay, but anyways, till Mario Wonder. But don't forget. I don't know why I don't forget. But if you want to see more, up to Mario Wonder, streaming U Deluxe on the channel, on the Twitch VG Level Up. So if you're interested, because that's also where I'll be streaming Wonder when it comes out. And if not on stream, then check out Boblo Pluser Games for the videos after the stream is over. So yeah. Till next time. Bye.